My name is Kyle Smith. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Treasurehunt. We haven't gone the traditional publisher route. We've gone through like VC investment. We technically self-published up to this point. On Pet Paradise, that's true. But with Universal, they're kind of the publisher, we're the developer. So we're changing direction a little bit with that. We've raised capital up to this point, and then we have an in-house marketing team. We started 4 years ago, and that was, I think, the very end of when it was really easy to self-publish. The market, I don't believe it's oversaturated, it's very competitive, but if you're starting now, I think it makes a lot more sense to either have a publisher or an IP, like we're going the IP route. I mean, if you're gonna build by yourself, build something really quick, really small, really fast, and don't waste a year and a half or 2 years on it. If I were to go back and change one thing, I think I would have built our first game quicker. I think it makes sense to work with like a publisher with an IP because it's just super competitive. There's like huge established companies out there, so it's a bit tougher now. Battlelands from Future Play, Soulguard from King. And the next one I really want to play that just came out this week is the new Monster Hunter, which is like, it's like 22 euro. It's super expensive, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. My favorite was, oh my God, the name is very complicated. That was like my main piece of feedback. Like Okanuka or something like that. It's like a super Meat Boy kind of hardcore platformer that looks really casual and beautiful though. That was really fun. That was my favorite. More complex metagame experiences are happening, right? So I mean that's one thing we're trying to capitalize on a lot is it isn't good enough anymore. Even in the casual space, like these players have been playing for like 7 or 8 years, right? So a mom that picked up Candy Crush for the first time 7 years ago is quite savvy. So just making a saga map, for example, and going from like level 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's it, isn't enough anymore. So I think you have like a lot of Western casual games that are learning a lot from more complex, like gacha-based systems from games, like more core games in China and Japan. So that's the biggest thing I see. The way we approach things is, especially with how much content there is out there now, like players have a lot of choice. There's absolutely no lack of choice for what's out there. So to make something that already exists is incredibly dangerous. I think you could do that like 4 or 5 years ago, and it would be okay if you did it to a high quality bar because there wasn't as much stuff. But I think it's worth looking at what are the games that a certain kind of player is playing, and can you take different parts of those elements from different games that they like and recombine them in interesting ways. So that's sort of how we approach it, and I think a lot of other more successful companies recently are doing that as well. Or just make a battle royale game and you'll probably do well.
For a while.
Yeah, for a while. Yes, totally.